still hope. There's still hope.
It is. That realisation was just coming to me. How are you doing?
Well, so this is, I'm live streaming right now, just to let you know.
Oh,
so
live streaming on what?
Twitch.
Is this
Yeah.
so these are your viewers?
Yeah, they are.
Sounds like summer here. What
So
will be the
this is
max?
Farmer Joe of Cefn Coch farm, and we passed the sign to glass pool a few times, and I mentioned that I had some friends up the hill, but I probably didn't have any signal up there, so I wasn't sure whether I would go and visit you or not. And I wasn't going to come unannounced either. I'm just kind of passing through, and so what I'm doing here is I started something up in Scotland called Biosphere Live.
Oh yeah.
So it's live streaming the Biosphere to bring, it's a digital access project to bring nature to people that can't access it.
Okay.
And so we've come to another Biosphere for a different Biosphere experience.
Which biosphere are you normally based in?
It's Galloway in Southern Ayrshire. I live in Ballantrae, which is just north of Stranraer.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Ah,
So
nice.
that's what we're doing. So what about you? You just kicking back?
Yeah, this is so as you may have explained to your viewers, that it's market day here, as it on a Wednesday has been market every Wednesday for about 700 years. And I usually set aside an hour or so of my time on Wednesday morning to just have a coffee.
Yeah.
And I sit down and watch the world go by and encounter who I'll encounter.
It just so happened you encountered Jungle Andy today.
Yeah, which was like unexpected.
It's lovely to see you as well, Joe. I was like just saying to them, I wonder which of my friends we might meet.
Yeah, because you
next.
must know a few people down here.
Yeah, one or two. So this is Sexy Joe, basically. I call him Sexy Joe.
Do you?
Yeah, I've always called you Sexy Joe.
I-
From your red beastie days.
I did not know that.
Did you not know that?
There you go. Yeah. Cool.
I hear you're raising cattle and stuff.
I'm
now.
raising cattle,
Yeah.
and I have. So you've visited the farm before.
Yes, twice.
Um,
When you had a terrible road,
the road is considerably better than.
then when I nearly fell off the edge of it because it was so dodgy.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. And in fact, we've just done the kind of regular pothole filling. So at the moment, it's really quite good.
And is it all going well? I mean, it looks like it's all going well.
It's going all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Quadric says, waits to Sexy Joe all the way from Australia.
But yeah, I'd say things are overall going pretty well. And you could come up if you wanted to. There's now signal from my phone most of the way up the valley to the farm, and you lose it at the farm, but then we do have Wi-Fi in the yard.
Okay.
And in addition to that, to the land at the farm, I've now got 50 acres of farmland down by the coast at Ennislas.
Nice. So we went to Ennislas.
Nice.
And then yesterday we went to Ennislas in the morning. Then we met up with a guy called James and another guy called Bryn from the Biosphere. They told us about their
1981
Swifts and
says, I
Streams
like
project.
Sexy
James
Joe's
Cass?
sexy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went out to the Osprey project.
Nice.
And then we went up to meet Bryn and we did water sampling yesterday evening up the road in the Dyfi.
Great.
And then I went and had dinner with Carlos, and so we've been out since about 7:30 this morning.
Nice.
Went down to do a bit of, you never know, we might see a beaver kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was thinking about how I would love to see you, Joe.
Great.
Whether or
so
not
much.
we came up to your place or not. I'm planning on heading back up the road today.
Okay. Yeah.
However, I would love to showcase what you're doing as part of the Biosphere Live project.
Yeah.
So because I think what you're doing is really interesting because you're a lichenologist by profession.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm
And then
less so now.
Yes,
but yeah,
but
that is,
originally I met you. You were a botanist, scientist.
yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
now you have moved into, you're a young farmer, basically. And
Young is stretching it, although I am younger than the average age of farmers.
exactly, yeah. And there's
And I'm a new farmer as
yeah,
well.
a new farmer, and I personally think that the world needs to encourage young people into farming to make a sustainable food system, and that's quite difficult. So yeah, I think what you're doing is noteworthy, and I'd certainly be up for bringing that. That could be my last thing that I do before I leave, basically today. What time are you heading back?
So I don't have a strict. Hello, how's it going? I don't have a strict time scale, but I was thinking to be here for about an hour, but it'll probably become 2 hours. I'm going to pop in on my mum and do some shopping.
Okay.
So that's my.
So what time is it now?
Good question. 10.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. So I'll be heading back for lunch basically.
Okay, that sounds good.
So,
Yeah, and then we could maybe just take an hour. You can show me the place, show everyone the place,
Yeah.
and show them your beef and that and whatever.
Yeah.
And so people are saying, "Hello, Sexy Joe, waving to you from Australia. I like the sexy hat." Keisha says she's in America.
That's amazing.
So yeah,
Cool.
lots of
Hi,
folk.
hi, people in Australia and America. People in Australia, there's a connection. My grandmother farmed. She grew up on a farm in Australia that was farmed by originally her dad, and then a farm manager. But that farm was sold a long time ago, and so it's because of that, the sale of that farm, that I was able to buy land in Wales.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
So
I honour those connections by wearing my Australian redback boots,
nice.
which is coincidentally redback is also the translation of the name of the farm. Cefn
Cefn Coch.
means redback.
Very nice.
So yeah.
That's very cool.
And I also have. I'm not
Keisha
wearing it today
1981
actually,
says,
but
howdy.
I have an Akubra hat as well, which is the kind of hat that all the stockmen wear
Yeah.
at the farm in Australia.
Yeah,
so
sure.
occasionally when I'm in that's my ceremonial
Hat,
outfit is
yeah.
wearing the Akubra and the redbacks.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Have you been to other
You ain't glad
biospheres?
you haven't
Not
napped.
yet. Well, I mean, I've been up to Westeros myself, but I haven't been with everybody. And
Yeah.
the intention is or my hope is that we'll do the UK biospheres and then maybe be able to crowdfund enough money to go to
Nice.
some of the other biospheres around
Cool.
the world.
Yeah.
So, you know me, I'm all about environmental education
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
technology and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And jungle music.
and jungle and drum and bass, yeah, and dubstep and all that.
Cool. So if you come up, I can show you the farm a bit, and we could go up and see the cattle. Because I'm also involved in another project directly over my fence line from my farm, which is called Coitia Anian. Is the name of the project, or the English version of that is the Cambrian Wildwood, and that's a project that is aiming to bring nature and people's connection to nature and that land to kind of restore those connections. And so, we're doing various sort of habitat restoration work and lots of education work and nature and land connection work. I currently chair the board of trustees of that charity, but I'm also the
Keisha
obviously the nearest
1981
neighbour,
says, oh.
and I'm also the grazier, so my cattle are up there grazing, doing conservation grazing at
That's
the
great.
moment.
It's interesting that nature connection again is the theme. This being digital access. Also, that's what I do one person to person,
Yeah, right.
group to group nature connection
Yeah,
work. Mostly for recovery from PTSD,
Right.
but also just generally,
Yeah.
forest bathing
Yeah.
and all that.
So we have that's really interesting. We have a lot of different groups coming up, and definitely there's a healing strand to that. Like we have the young carers group who come up and sort of have a bit of a nature recharge. Oh yeah. And we have we work with a group in Wolverhampton that brings refugees over to the project, and they might do some volunteer work, or they might just
chill out,
enjoy because often those refugees are from rural places, but they kind of stuck in the middle of Wolverhampton. So that's really.
That's been the
really
main
key
client
work.
group that I've been working with for the last decade. Really, is
Yeah.
refugees and asylum seekers.
So I think that's really important
amazing.
work, and I feel really pleased to be involved with that and helping it.
I'm really pleased that you're doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Andy.
No, it makes it really makes a difference to the world,
Sam.
So I'm thinking about signal, because that's the key part of the live stream.
Yeah. So indeed.
If we come up, you're saying that there's only signal in the courtyard.
We have Wi-Fi in the farmyard, but that's about 100-meter radius kind of thing.
Okay.
And then if we go up to where the cattle are, I think there'll be a dropout as we go up the track for about 2 or 3 minutes if we drive, and then we'd be back up on the hill where there's signal again. So I don't know how live streaming works. Obviously on radio that's dead air, and it's
that's very much it. People are very patient actually, because all of the live streamers that do this live, walking around showing stuff, we all struggle with signal.
Yeah, that's
it goes in and out. So some people will leave, and other people will stay.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you got a test card.
Yeah, well, that is actually what people do, but it costs a lot of money to kind of sort that out, and I'm not quite at that level yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I could leave my computer running at home with all of that, but I don't really like the fire risk.
Sure. Right.
So,
Yeah. So if you come up, when I've gone up before, recently, I've had signal. Hey, how's it going?
Thanks, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
Hello.
I've had signal now all the way up to the farm.
Yeah.
And then you just come around the corner and you drop out the signal, but then you get onto the Wi-Fi, and I can tell you the code just now. That password there will get you on.
Okay, so just take the turning to Glasspool.
That's it.
And then you follow that road, and then is there any lefts or rights?
What you do is you go out of town.
Yeah.
And it's the second left, so it's there's a left directly after the roundabout. Don't take that one. Take the second one that's
Got the
signposted
sign,
Glasspool.
yeah.
And then you take the main
Drag,
route. So you ignore the first left, which is signposted Glenmarin, and then you go up the hill, and then you follow the road round to the left. It goes on a diagonal across the valley, and then back to the right, kind of coming along the valley again. You're going down.
I might recognise it.
And then you might, and then eventually, and then you get to a place where the road goes on. I think it says dead end, but there's a little sign that says Glasspool. So you head down there, and that's where you see the bee farm.
Yeah.
And you'll probably recognise that
Yeah,
because the track is
yeah.
up to the left. So that's straightforward, and the road will be less grim than less terrifying than you remember it.
It was.
And you'll see as you go up there, you'll see on your right-hand side across the valley, you'll see big areas of black ground because it had a fire.
You had the fire.
We had a fire about a month ago, a big fire, and we have fire crews from all over North Wales and even Shropshire come over in a helicopter. Like, yeah, and the fire crew were saying, you know, if the fire crosses that stream, we're gonna we're gonna be evacuated, which would have been an interesting one for me because I'm not sure that I might have been one of those like American guys who like, I'm standing here. But actually, I think my farm was relatively protected because it was surrounded by deciduous woodland and grazed fields.
Yeah. Did they find the ignition source?
Allegedly, as I've heard, it was a chainsaw that caught on fire. So yeah, which is quite worrying.
I hope the person that was operating the chainsaw was all right.
I believe so. Yeah, I'm sure we'd have heard if there'd been casualties.
Yeah, but not.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the kind invitation, Sexy Joe.
Yeah, you'd be very welcome.
Dr. Sexy Joe, actually.
If you want to come up after 12:30 would be probably that's.
Well, that's fine. That works for me too.
Yeah. So, that's your phone that you have WhatsApp on, does that mean that
I don't have WhatsApp.
So, or whatever, text,
telephone,
whatever.
Yeah.
You won't be phoning me, but you'll be up at around about 12:30. Okay, I'll watch out for you then.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Right, let's do it. We're going to go around the rest of the market.
Check out the market.
Is
there much more up that way?
Bardintheyard says soon
Yeah.
UK will have fire bans in dry weather
There
like
used
we
to
do
be
here
way
in
more up that
Australia.
way, but it was a long time ago.
This is the fresh and local store, which has
Yeah.
all produce from.
It's been there. It was in the same spot 14 years ago.
Stream Elements says
And then
thank you for
there are
following
more
Dusky
stalls as
Dreary.
you go up there.
Just about, yeah. You going?
I've just met Joe, so I'm going to go up to see Joe's farm, and then I'm going to go. How did it go yesterday? The ecology tour.
Very good,
and all
thank
that?
you.
Yeah,
I didn't go yesterday. In the
Oh,
end,
day
it was
before.
raining, so
Yeah.
I did mapping work. It was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's super
You
nice
had
to
a
see.
good time?
It's been really good, yeah. And I bumped into who I need to bump into, and it's just been really great.
Cool.
So yeah, lovely to see you guys.
You too.
Good luck
Thank you.
with
Yeah.
everything.
You're high up?
Right, anyone here? Are we live or not? I'm having problems or what's going on? Check.
Keisha 1981
Keisha's back,
says
amazing.
eyes.
Hey,
Craig
Keisha,
Buzz
thank you.
says hello.
Hi everyone. So yeah, don't know what happened there. Somebody
Keisha
followed and it broke the stream.
1981 says,
Thank you
"I'm
for
still
following,
here."
whoever followed. But yeah, the stream was like, we couldn't get rid of the overlay that came up, and then basically when I did get it going, it stopped the stream. So it is what it is. So this is the place for the t-shirts. I want to get a t-shirt from a friend.
Oh, the t-shirts.
Hello.
Hey, we've got loads more in the back.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
Trying to work out what's... I think a large is probably the best idea.
so follow me down there. You see, we've got a huge stack. We go well over 20.
Oh, okay, thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. The purple one is the one I'm going to go for. I can see it straight away if I can, if it's the right size. It's a small. That one's a large. Are you sure? Ooh. laser cat. Rah.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Right, I can get all the stuff.
Okay, you need to put a t-shirt in the bag. Thanks for being here, guys. I think I'm going to go to the co-op and get some more of that ginger shot thing that we got the other day because it was amazing. I really liked it. Oh, sorry about you, getting the cable getting pulled a bit there. Apologies. So yeah, if, I don't know if you noticed, but Grace said diolch, which means thank you in Welsh. Diolch. Oh, I'm sweaty. Sweaty, sweaty.
Keisha 1981 says, thank you for streaming this.
Ah, you're welcome, Keisha. Look at all this lovely clothing. Not my style, but you guys might like it. Pretty, isn't it? Summery dresses and things. Thank you for being here, Keisha. It's quite pretty. Indian t-shirts and stuff.
Quadrupop Tree says, sparrows calling reminds me of being in England as a kid.
Oh, can you hear the sparrows? Amazing. Oh, flat caps. I've got a flat cap in the car, so don't need a flat cap. Oh, look. Pants and socks. Pants and socks and socks and pants. Ganja socks. Cool, check that out. Sort of an African style poncho thing. Oh, train sets. Trains.
Keisha 1981 says, I'm glad I caught you.
I'm glad that you caught me as well. Classic train.
You understood what they were talking about?
Oh yes, just about.
Yeah, we lived with two brothers.
Some fish. Fridge magnets and bottle openers. There's our boy, the big issue salesman from yesterday. Here. Large cotton discloths and things. All your kitchenware needs. Markets are important, you know, great opportunities for trade.
There's no water.
Oh, look at this, baskets and stuff up ahead. Check out these knockers. I looked at these the other day, look at the knocker. That one's a lion, and this one is a hand. Cool as that. Oh, look at this, Nature Quest, binoculars and telescopes. Very nice. Very nice. These are the best. These little hand lenses, really fantastic little things to have in your outdoor kit for looking at plants or investigating things. Hand lenses are really great things, and most ecologists have got hand lens to help them identify, get some little features and stuff like that. And we've got lots of some nice binoculars, eh? All right.
Keisha 1981 says, ha ha ha.
Binoculars and telescopes. Quite cool. So we've already got a telescope, guys. We don't need it.
Quadrant Tree says, love a good market with homemade or second-hand stuff.
I love a good market as well. And this is what the, a real village or community, it sustains people's livelihoods, isn't it? Look at this basket with a cool little pool lid. Cool bag that goes in it. That's cool. I like that. Like that. It's cool. Really awesome. It's really cool. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a smart idea. It's a live stream. So I'm doing a live. I'm from Scotland in the Biosphere, and I live in a Biosphere. This being a Biosphere, I'm doing a kind of Biosphere, a different Biosphere. So I'm live streaming on a live streaming platform, and people are just with me from all over the world. Oh wow, look at this place. Wow. This has got a very grand feeling. That's an interesting thing up there. You see the wattle there. That was a very old style of like packing against walls. I've seen that done in a lot of places indoors to kind of create a gap between the wall and the living space. And very grand fireplace. Got a newer burner in there, but I can imagine that was fully a fireplace. Old chairs, old stuff. Look at this big old bit of beam. Amazing. The floor's a bit squeaky. What's going on in this?
Keisha 1981 says, that's amazing.
So there's a kind of battle or something going on up here between what it looks like English and Welsh, and people pulling some sort of ladder, and then over here you've got somebody who looks like they're kind of like the preacher or something like that. And yeah, that's one old painting. And there's the Dyfi Valley, basically what we've been looking at. Amazing. These big old doors. That's big rivets in them. This looks like a very old parchment. The penal letter, apparently. Copy of a letter sent by Owen to Clerk Charles VI of France in 1406. That's the document there. And this is the English version, transcript. Look at the seal.
Slytherin Granny says, amazing.
It looks like some sort of wax seal or something like that, you know. Look at that writing. I know you like that sort of thing, Southern Granny. I'm getting a little bit weak. Similar. It's all in Welsh. I don't know what it says. Is it Welsh? They look like seals. There's another few there as well. They're the copper ones that would be heated up to print onto the wax. Incredible building, really incredible. And so see up here, it's had a bit of fungus at some point. Hello again. Yeah. This 100 yards has been like the one of the most interesting conversational areas I've had all the few days I've been here.
That's it. Welcome to my home club.
Yeah.
Good. Where are you going next on your journey?
Going up to visit Farmer Joe at Cefn Coch, which is a glass pool, and then we're going to go north to Scotland. Don't know where I'm going to stop on the way, but this is my final part of this.
Your Welsh section.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So,
Excellent. Good.
so yeah, there's a more wide-angle shot out of the outside of that the old Parliament building that
GLLS.
we were in just now, and yeah, it was interesting. No idea what time it is now. Can anyone tell me what time it is? Oh, actually, I can see on the clock over there, it's 11:15.
Alice DNB says, Cymru in Welsh.
So we went into here yesterday, Alice, just to let you know.
Time to buy a watch.
Wee record shop. And we bought a wee 7-inch, which is cool. Looks like some nice pedigree Beltex swap.
Nice.
That's the new young.
Keisha 1981 says, it's 11:17. Alice DNB says, look at the balls on that.
Uh-oh. Prints of things. This looks like an interesting stall.
Alice DNB says, there you go. Watch repairs. Buy a watch.
So this is a bum bag. We call them bum bags. Americans call them fanny packs. Don't know why, but I think.
My missus has a fanny pack.
Yesterday we went in and we had a really good look at this Sagana upcycling shop, and this is incredible. It's got like an army jacket on the front half, and then this amazing long kind of multicoloured affair. It's well cool.
That's the problem. It's overloading the ball. Yeah. So as they say, I
Rolling stuff.
don't bugger it.
smoking products.
It's only a 3 amp, as you see.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
look,
obviously
Welsh Dragon
putting
lighters,
more than
that's
that
quite
through
cool.
it.
No, no. I mean, wasn't it? So I thought they'd come and tell you.
Clock.
Oh yes, thanks for telling us.
Okay.
In case you want to know what time it is.
Alice DNB says, cash only.
Yeah, it's all cash only stuff, yeah. Well, maybe not all, but mostly I think. Ooh, wow, look at these.
One of those.
What's the living in mum trying to beat them up for this smelly apple? Get out, get out.
An apple one and a custard one, please.
Yeah, which one do you want?
He has more cash only signs than stock.
That looks amazing, isn't it?
Keisha 1981 says, the hahaha.
Look at those. Those look amazing.
A black pudding sausage
Pork
roll.
and chili rolls. They're sausage rolls. Look at the size of them. The Indian pastries, curry, they are fantastic. I have to go and get some cash. Come back. They look really good. I'd be much more interested in getting something, but Carlos, a wonderful
You're
friend,
making me
Carlos,
hungry.
gave me some dinner that he cooked last night. It's kind of simple lasagna type thing. So I've got a wee tub of that to eat before I start buying more stuff. Also the
Alice DNB says, so how is the clash of the accents?
what? How's the clash of the accents? Oh, pretty good. I think most people recognise that I'm a Scot.
Did it make your journey then?
I like the Welsh accent because my granny was Welsh, and sometimes somebody says, "Yeah, are you from round here?" or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, it sounds like my granny."
Alice DNB says, okay, so no instances of you and a Welshman just looking confused at each other then.
Yeah, pretty much. Some interesting stuff here, isn't it? Kind of like different styles. So that's the Dutch camouflage, I think, that one there. All the bullets and stuff. Interesting. Got a machine gun. Stick it in the magazine. Interesting. Copper bracelets and things.
Alice
for,
DNB says, have you told them that you are the scout and that the first wave is on its way?
Let's check it out. Copper old school tools. Nice. So we've got fishing stuff here. And old video camera and various bits and bobs. All sorts of interesting stuff. Hey, dragon! Enter the dragon! So yeah, we've been doing a bit of dragon hunting while we've been down
Alice
here.
DNB says, to be fair, I've been doing all my excavating on my land with a hoe.
Have you? You've been hoeing away, have you? Right. So, I think we've kind of done
I have.
everything. Very much. There might be some more around the corner. Oh, there's a Free Palestine protest. Okay, Harris. Let's go see Sexy Joe. Harris is like, no, not that hill again, not that hill again. It's fine. Apparently, he promises me that the road.
Keisha 1981 says, that's what he said.
Busy. Right, so remember what he said was that we will lose signal when we get up to his. And then we'll have to jump onto his Wi-Fi. So the stream will
Keisha
go down.
1981 says, late.
As far as I'm aware anyway, the stream will go down. And then once you get onto the Wi-Fi, I'll restart the stream again. If I remember rightly, get over the bump, and then you have to go up in like second gear, get second, get up here, fire around the corner, come on, come on, come on babe, nearly there, oh, first gear.
Keisha 1981 says, oh ho. You can do it. Quadrupod 3
Right,
says,
well we got past the hard bit. That used to be really, really dodgy. I mean, it's still pretty dodgy. You literally got to go up
Keisha
and
1981 says, it's like a roller coaster.
it's terrible. That's what it is. Well done, Harris. Well done, girl. You're doing great.
Quadrupod 3 says,
Doing great.
this is when you wish you had gone with the 4-wheel drive option.
Well done, girl. That's it. Come on. You're doing fine. You're doing great. You're doing great. That's it. That's it. Well done. Well done. No bottoming out on this. Excellent. 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 Doing great. That's it, hon. That's it, girl. Good girl. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us up here. Right, it shouldn't be too bad now. But yeah, that bit at the bottom is just, it's still not good. I said you've been filling a few potholes, yeah.
Quadrupod 3 says, lovely drive.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic up here. Really beautiful place. It's just that bit, the bit at the bottom of that hill there is. It still was tricky.
Keisha 1981 says, I bet that looks creepy AF at night.
Check, check. Are we in? Are we connected? I think we are.
Slytherin Granny says, wow.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place.
Quadrupod 3 says, yay we back.
Joe has got a lot of stuff going on here. Last time I came here, he didn't have half the stuff he's got going on here. Looks like he's renovating the old barn, which is cool.
Keisha 1981 says, backs out of the room so she can make a grand entrance.
Fun. Oh, the goldfinch in the drive there.
Yeehaw. Keisha 1981 says, I love that house.
It's amazing. You should see inside it. Incredible. There's the fluffy bit. The fluffy bit fell off. You need the fluffy bit.
Quadrupod 3 says, I spy a 4-wheel drive.
You certainly do. Right. So, just while we go in just now, I'm going to face it towards me, just in case Joe's not back from down in the town and they don't know what's going on. they might be like, what? So,
Quadrupop Tree says, looks like a real farm with all the stuff lying around.
oh, it is.
Keisha 1981 says, I think it is a real farm.
It is. It's a real farm. Hello, hello. It's Joe back from
Quadrupop
town.
Tree says, I was
Yes.
joking.
Yes, I don't know where he is. Joe, there's some guy here with a microphone.
Keisha 1981 says, I wasn't.
Is it okay to come in? Do you mind being on live on?
No,
Don't mind.
come in.
I'm always joking.
Okay, right. So let's. I'll show that people are interested in old farmhouses. So here's the old farmhouse on the outside. We'll go in. Get a wee look. There's Dr.
Hi there.
Joe.
How you doing?
Good man. Thank you for inviting us up. I have to say, that road is still a little bit in need of.
Well, it's been as long as it is.
Sexy Joe.
It's,
Quadrupop Tree says,
like,
RB Acabra.
improvements are
Costly.
costly.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that first part, the parts that tarmacs now, that was about 10 grand.
yeah. That little
Just
first
to
little
do
bit
that
of S.
that's
yeah.
which is about 100 yards,
Yeah.
and the track is a mile long. So you can see that to like
Sure.
make it all good
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be,
We still struggled a wee bit getting up that. I was like, I have to get into second gear and get round that. But just as we started to turn round and stuff, I had to get back down at first. I was
you
like,
pick it up a bit more as you're
get
going
used to it.
on.
You know
Yeah.
which bit to where exactly where to change
Yeah.
gear and stuff.
Should we go outside?
Yeah, I think people are just like, wow, what an amazing building, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this
it's a
is our
proper
kitchen.
old
It's
farm.
Proper old farm.
I seem to remember it was laid out differently.
Keisha
when I was here
1981
before.
says, indeed.
Was it laid differently? Did you have the kitchen unit over here?
Quadrupop Tree says,
Is
how
that my
old is the
imagination?
building?
I think
So
maybe-
it was, yeah. If it was so earlier, there was no way through here.
Yeah.
There was a smaller peninsula that came out here.
Yeah, I remember
Kitchener
that. Yeah.
Peninsula. And this is new. This is a new oak sort of units made by my friend Tom. So and
They're
we
super.
put in some glass
A little bit of
glass
extra light
to let
coming
light
through.
in.
Nice.
So and
Keisha
this whole
1981
bit
says,
Yeah.
it's got to be close to 100 years.
this was all bricked in. You couldn't
Yes.
see this bread oven
Yeah.
or any of this kind of stuff.
So is that an old school bread oven
That's an old school bread
from
oven.
the original?
Yeah,
Kind of
from
farm.
the original.
Slytherin Granny says,
Look at that.
or older.
Isn't that cool? How old is the building we're being asked?
Keisha 1981 says, I meant over or under law.
If
Quadrupop Tree says, I am thinking 200 plus.
I can show you a little bit of.
Amazing.
So,
Nice to meet you.
as you can see, we've got some building work going on here.
Yeah, so there was a barn owl in
Keisha
there last time.
1981
I was
says,
thinking
I
about
didn't
it.
hear.
So we've.
How old
the
is it?
barn owl actually stopped using
We've not
the
said yet.
barn when it became a bit busier.
Slytherin Granny says, me neither.
We've got a
You've got an owl box
owl
up there.
box up there, which they haven't used as yet. But yeah, we'll see. It was never nesting in there, only roosting.
Only hanging out.
Keisha
occasional
1981
roosts.
says, oh.
So what we know about this building is that it was built in 1789, because we found records from the old estate that had this with records of what was paid for the building of it, which is, I think it might have been, I can't remember, the number
Holy
of like
shit.
£160 is in my
Slytherin Granny
mind,
says,
can't
1,789.
remember
Wow.
what exactly. But it was said to be a barn at Cefn Coch. So what I reckon is that
Quadrupop Tree
there
says,
was already a house
230.
here.
Ish.
But the house, the timbers in the barn are older than the timbers in the house. But I think that's the house has had a roof change, a roof line change.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So
I can see.
you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see there, and if you come up here, we're all sorry. It's very building. At the
It
moment.
is. It's interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that tension tidied up.
Pick up stones.
Pick up stones. So I'll go up and show you.
Oh, this is why I love you, Joe. You're proper hands in. Get in there.
So you can see that there's an older roof line.
Yeah. You
If
can
might
see
need
it.
to
Yeah.
Zoom out to it. Or
Yeah.
you can't. So yes, there's an older roof line.
Yeah.
Which explains why the roof timbers on this are bolted rather than pegged. So that means that these were probably after 1800. These timbers, but
Quadrupop tree
the
says,
building is
we
probably
concede
much
it.
older than the roofing timbers, or at least the current construction of the roofing timbers. And this steep pitch indicates that it may well have been thatched.
Ah, yeah.
When it was,
Sure.
which if you have a thatched roof, you need a steeper pitch.
Yeah.
So this, I suspect then that this building predates the building of the barn. So it's sometime at least, but who knows, because it's obviously undergone so many
Changes.
changes. There's a Victorian extension there, and that extension is put in
Quadrupop tree says, I'm wondering if it was a fire and then
and then
upgraded.
this, which is the boiler room
Yeah.
extension, was built a couple of years ago. So, it's an ongoing project.
I hear chucks. So what's being said? I'm wondering if it was a fire and then upgrading.
Well, that's a possibility. Yeah. Or it could just be that, because obviously thatch has to be maintained.
Sure, yeah.
And it's constant. And once the slates came in, and there were slate quarries very nearby,
Yeah.
they might have said, well, slates is the way to go, and you'll get more space by raising the roof line.
Sure, yeah.
Now just check your signal. 'cause it
Quadrupop
can-
tree says, cheaper to have
We're all
slate.
right now.
You're all right
It'll go red basically.
Okay, so it'll
tell
give you
me.
a bit of
It'll
warning
tell me
before-
if there's an issue. Yeah.
beforehand. So so this is what we call the tump, and this is a nice little viewpoint to see some of the farm. Where should we start? So we'll start with
Slytherin Granny says, be
we'll
right
go
back.
back in time further than 1789, and we'll just have a little talk about the geology
Okay,
here,
fantastic.
because there's actually this is what the whole farm is built on. Is the
Keisha
rocks
1981 says, surprised face with raised eyebrows.
We've got an interesting bit of geology here, because you can see this tump here is actually, it forms a big horseshoe that goes right around like that of steeper rocks.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got a tongue of land that comes up. You can see that on the geological map of relatively sort of softly undulating ground, and then these like steeper rocks surrounding it. And what we have here is a geological boundary between the rocks we're standing on right now, which are Ordovician rocks. So that is older than 440 million years ago. And then the rocks in the middle are of the Silurian age, so that's younger than 440 million years ago. So these are some of the oldest rock types that we have on the planet, at least by the way they're classified. So pre-Ordovician, you have the Cambrian, and the Cambrian rocks are the oldest rocks which you could find sizable fossils in, and then you have the Precambrian, which are rocks that have either no fossils or the fossils are so tiny that they've only been discovered in more recent times. So these are these are pretty old rocks, and they are sedimentary, slightly metamorphosed mudstones. So they were laid down mostly muddy deposits in
That's what
deep
slate
seas.
is, isn't it?
Slate is a more
Slightly
Slate
metamorphosed
is a
sedimentary
quite
rock.
well metamorphosed sedimentary, made of something quite fine sediments. So you have that like.
So
that
I was
fine grain.
right when I was telling them this week up at Cat, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is what it is, but I can't remember exactly.
That's it, yeah.
Thanks for clarifying,
Yeah.
Joe.
So so there's the slate is further north, and it's all about
Quadrupop tree says,
what
schist.
kinds of sediments were laid down and in what way it's been metamorphosed. But you can see here, talking of metamorphosis, you can see here, if you look at the structure of this rock, you can see that there are lines that go like this, and lines that go like this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And what's happened here is these lines here are what we call the bedding planes. So these are the lines that represent slight
Deposition.
changes in what happened when the rock was laid down.
Yeah.
And then these lines here, this is caused by the metamorphosis. This is what we call the cleavage, because you can cleave it like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's produced by pressure. When we had a collision of plates, and these rocks were all squeezed like this, and that squeezing is also what produced why these are not flat, and you've got this kind of, you call it a syncline.
Yep.
This dip here is because when they were laid down they would have been flat on the ocean floor, but then when you had those plate tectonic collisions, it all gets like squashed up, and what was flat then become folded, like as if you take like your duvet and you squish it from both ends, it's going to fold up.
So we've got stuff like that in the biosphere up in just south of Girvan, where I live. It's a place called Ballantrae.
Yeah.
And there's something called the Ballantrae complex.
Right.
And it's complex because it still baffles geologists. And basically it is where the Iapetus Ocean was closing up.
Yep.
The some of the seafloor was abducted up.
Yep.
And so that's what we have. We have this mixture of different types of geological formations, and then we've got like the what's the Ayrshire sandstone and things like that that was laid down when we were down more towards the equator. And
these rocks are very typical of this area, and as you go north you get more into Ordovician rocks. As you go north it tends to get older, and then it gets complex with volcanics and stuff. But like very, just if in the scale of a few miles you go north you get more Ordovician, and then you get more of this craggy landscape, and as you go south you get into more of the Silurian, and there the landscape changes as you get towards Aberystwyth. It tends to be, if you look along you see like a flat plateau really that's been dissected by watercourses. So what you have is effectively the ice sheets have like kind of planed it off quite level without knobbly bits because the rock is quite soft, but then the rivers have then cut in much more deeply to that, so you get these steep-sided river valleys, whereas as you go north you tend to get more knobbly creations from the glaciers itself. That's I'm not a geologist, so that's like my understanding of it. So that's the geology.
So that's the what the soil is on.
That's what the soil is on. The soils tend to be quite thin.
Yep.
And relatively acidic because we're in an area of relatively high rainfall.
Okay.
So that means that and these rocks are hard enough that they're not, they're not
Stream
weathering
Elements
fast enough
says,
to give a lot
thank
of
you
nutrients
for following
to the soil.
MJD 820.
So what we have is relatively acidic soils, but not super acidic.
Quadrupod3 says, thank you Joe, that was a great introduction to your farm geology.
Where peat has developed, and then you have properly acidic soils because you have it on peat, which is fed only the nutrients on a true bog. The nutrients are only from rainfall, which is itself acidic from interacting with the carbon dioxide to produce carbonic acid, and then you get humic acids from the rotting vegetation in the bog. So bogs are much more acidic. So that's what we've got here. We've got relatively shallow, stony soils, and you can sort of see, actually, if you look at the old quarry there, you can see that the soil is, not very deep, and it varies a bit with the undulations in the landscape. But often, you get down, you have a very small bit of not very stony soil, but not very much. And then you're into quite stony soil quite quickly, and then you often hit bedrock after a foot or
I remember
thereabouts.
putting those fence posts in, and
Yeah,
there was a bit of shoulder
yeah.
as we
that's
hit
right.
the bedrock,
Yeah,
basically.
Yes. So.
So is it an orchard you've got growing up there?
Yeah, that's right.
Is
So
that your plan?
What I've done here is I have. Let's just try and see. So when I came here, this is.
I'm sliding on
That's
that.
Andy falling off a rock.
Yes, that removed a little bit of moss.
It's
Sorry.
plentiful. So when I came here, I'd done very little to the land. I was sort of in observation phase, if you like, but what I really liked about the land were these old hedges that had grown out here. So we had like mature trees in lines, and then if we were to go that far, but we can't really just now because we go out of signal, you'll find a lot of nice, lovely old field trees in the middle of the tree. So you have a little bit, these pockets of land with what I call
Forbes 909 says, I'm timed out.
So they're not necessarily intentionally managed as wood pasture, but they have that character.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was wondering, because of the way they're spaced.
Yeah.
It looks like it would be good for pasture when they're bigger.
That's it.
Yeah.
So because in my days as a lichenologist, I really became to appreciate wood pasture. One of the interesting sort of facts that I learned while working as a lichenologist was that if you're looking for the sites of highest diversity for epiphytic lichens, so that is lichens that grow on trees, so tree lichens effectively, you might think that the best tree lichen, the richest sites for tree lichens would be in our ancient woodlands, maybe even in our temperate rainforest, which is what we have here down the valley. And indeed, temperate rainforest is fantastically diverse. But the most diverse sites of all for epiphytic lichens, tree lichens, are actually wood pasture. And there's all sorts of reasons for this. And it's because one of them is that you have more light in wood pasture than you do in closed canopy woodlands. So that allows for more, it's lichens actually. There's more lichens that like a little bit of light than like true closed canopy conditions. So that increases the diversity. You get different levels of humidity through there. But one of the really important things is that trees in wood pasture can get really old, and it's most of our really ancient trees are in wood pasture or in areas of wood pasture that have been converted to parkland or sort of designed landscapes, something like that. And we're lucky in the British Isles that our aristocracy went in the direction of these kind of romantic capability brown style designed landscapes with picturesque groves of
vistas
trees
and all that.
And so they kept a lot of those trees which were old
Sure.
then, whereas in maybe a lot of the other parts of Europe they went for more formal kind of Versailles type landscapes with avenues and things, and so they cut down. So Britain is really good for ancient trees because of this, the way the land has been managed. But in any case, we are, this is nonetheless, it's still a rare habitat here, and a lot of our rarest species.
Quadrupop tree says, I live on the edge of the Yilgarn Craton, rocks in billions, and the scarp here is weathered granite, so our yard is made of clay with bauxite rocks in it, so I can relate to Joe's thin soils.
In general, people aren't maintaining it, or it has been destroyed, and it's rarely being created, or it has rarely been created. We're getting a bit of a resurgence now, as a kind of in terms of the worlds of kind of agroforestry. It's a word that you may be familiar with yourself. So these agroforestry systems often involve trees and open ground, often in wood pasture, sometimes in silvo arable, which is where you grow crops with trees. So that's really encouraging. But for me, looking at this land and seeing that it had that that character a little bit. I wanted to encourage
Encourage
that.
it,
So,
yeah.
so my sort of vision involved planting lots of trees, running the farming in an agroforestry, using agroforestry principles, so that's what I sort of did. I bought some. I started with 3 cows with their offspring, and started planting a few trees, and then that sort of built up to more cows and more trees. And so what you can see here, over in this field over here, you can see these trees in cages, and then you can also see young hedges protected with electric fencing.
Yeah.
So that was one big field. The old name for the field was Caimauer in Welsh, which means big field. And what I've done with this field is to create hedges and plant individual trees in these cages, which are called cactus guards. Cactus guards are a revolutionary invention for creation of wood pasture and other agroforestry systems, because they're a relatively cheap way of growing trees in the presence of livestock.
Yeah.
So before we had cactus guard, and the chief feature of a cactus guard is it's got spikes on the outside, and they're sharp enough that the cattle don't want to rub on them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the normal problem. If you put one of those up with a regular weld mesh, the cattle would soon knock it down because they love to scratch on things. And before we had these cactus guards to do this kind of thing, if you just take a couple of steps up here, you can see my walnut tree, which I planted in an earlier incarnation, and that's surrounded by a box of 4 stakes, and rails and wire mesh. And that takes, like you say, the soil is thin, so getting those fence posts in takes a while. And then you got to hammer nails and all of this kind of thing.
Sure.
Quadrupop Tree says, Google cactus garden, they are vicious looking.
Takes considerably longer than one of these cactus guards. The material for the guard itself costs about £17. So you need a couple of bits of rebar, which are cheap, and you can hammer them in with a lump hammer in seconds. The whole thing is done. So so I've used a lot of those.
Yeah. Sounds like you were happy when you discovered that.
It's an absolute game changer. I knew I wanted to do it, but it was always going to be a challenge to get to do that effectively. Also, the boxes used way
Stream
more land.
Elements says, Galvatron 54 just raided the channel with 82 viewers.
The footprint of the tree. But I had financial assistance from Woodland Trust for purchasing these trees and tree guards.
Amazing.
Slytherin Granny says, welcome in Raiders.
But certainly, just with the cactus guard.
Keisha 1981 says, dang. Pork 909 says, welcome in Raiders.
Way more trees than we could have done.
Quadrupop Tree says, welcome in Raiders.
System.
So I'm just going to say hello to a whole audience has come in from another channel.
Okay.
So welcome in Raiders.
Galvatron
82 people have just arrived
hey
from
everyone.
Galvatron 64.
Says,
Thank you very much, Galvatron.
In.
So we are with my
DJ
friend
Marie Key says,
Dr. Joe Hope, and Dr. Joe is a friend of mine for a long time, about 20 or more years.
Stream Elements says, thank you for following X-Sun I.
And thank you for following. And Joe, is a new farmer, a new entrant to the farming industry, and he has this farm here which he's renovating and bringing into sort of ecological, what's the right word? You're using ecological principles.
Yeah, ecological principles, and and mixing that with farming. So so the principles that I use are sometimes referred to as agroecology.
Stream Elements says, thank you for following an Egai 3.
But my background is in a lot of I think unusual, not by any means unique, but unusual in even the world of agroecology, by having been an ecologist before as a farmer.
Yeah.
And that comes with its own challenges, because one of the things I've discovered about farming is that it involves a huge number of different skills that you have to learn. The farmers around here, by the time they're 16, they can already weld, reverse a tractor and trailer, repair most of their own machinery, and they understand, basic veterinary skills, all these growing skills. The list goes on. And you're running your own business, so you have to have business skills. The list goes on of skills that you need. And
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. So I'm really envious of the farmers who live around here, who've grown up on their farms, because just the number of skills you need is phenomenal. And it's it's much less kind of, if you're training in ecology, it's like you can do it in a linear kind of way. You can sort of learn through courses and sort of one thing after another, but like trying to pick up farming is like trying to learn everything all at the same time in different directions.
Yeah, and then something happens, and then you have to focus your energy on that,
Tree
and
says,
then you
"Are
learn
the
about
neighbours
that.
helpful?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, it does put me in an interesting
following
position,
everyone.
having been an ecologist first and now trying to run a farm. And it's challenging, but when things go right, it's hugely satisfying. And watching these trees grow up is incredibly satisfying. And seeing the flora in the fields develop, it's not that obvious in this field. Unfortunately, there's no signal in the field, which is slightly richer for flora. But over time, certainly having slightly lower grazing pressure with cattle rather than sheep, and taking the pressure off in the summer, and things like this have allowed the flowers to flourish. And I've now identified well over 70 species of just wildflowers, flowering herbs. So that's just the flowering herbs, doesn't include the trees and shrubs, the grasses, and the mosses, the sedges and the rushes and things like that. Oh, just hold up to see what this phone call is. Ooh, I'm just going to take this.
Yep, I could mute this if you like.
I'm all right. Yeah, I meant to phone you.
What's this chicken called?
So this is.
Does it have a name?
Chicken is Lady Bracknell.
Lady Bracknell.
Lady Bracknell, named after the character in the famous Oscar Wilde play, The Importance of Being Earnest. And Lady Bracknell is the last remaining of our first cohort, first batch of chickens, who were all named after famous literary aunts. so yeah. Yeah.
So what are you going to do with the old barn when you renovate it? What's happening?
The idea for the old barn is that it's going to be kind of split in half, and this side is going to be one big open space that could be used for small events, like workshops, studio space, small classes. So I'd like to be able to have small events here, maybe looking at these kind of agroforestry or things like that. That's the idea for that.
Fantastic.
And then the other half is going to be accommodation, and that's actually eventually that's going to be my own accommodation. So I'm going to live in there, and then at some point I'll be looking for more people to live in the pie face.
Is it Pie Face?
This is Pie Face the cat.
Hey, Pie Face.
He's sometimes a little bit on the needy side, so
you're gorgeous, Pie Face.
He's very loving.
Did you get Pie Face from your files that had the kittens?
78,757
that
says,
brought the
"Hi
kittens here?
Kitty." Keisha 1981 says,
we acquired one cat from over the mountain, and then she had kittens, and this is one of the kittens.
May I say hello?
Quadrupop 3 says, "Hello, Pie Face."
Hey, Pie Face. Hey, sweetie.
He's a big sop.
Oh, it's a he.
He is big. He's a big sop.
Hello, boy.
He requires a lot of cuddles.
Oh, I love cats. I wish I had a bit more space. And he's dribbling.
He does dribble a little
he's
bit.
a
Don't
dribbler.
you, Pie Face?
Slytherin Granny says, "Cute kitty." Quadrupop 3 says, "Hardship."
Cats always bring in the love, don't they?
Yeah.
Little
So I'm
pie.
just going to quickly see if I've missed anybody.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you once again, everybody who's come in with the raid. DJ Mariki, hiya. Ed the Bear. Good to see you back, Korg. Thanks very much, Galvatron. Thanks for sending the raid in. I really appreciate that. So
DJ Mariki says, "Cool."
just this is like the last part of my mission
Galvatron
here
54
to
says, "Such a beauty. The cat is cute too."
yeah, Sexy Joe, Dr. Sexy Joe. So for people that don't know, I live in the Galloway and Southern Ayrshire Biosphere, which is a conservation or like a land designation, which is really a quality designation in some ways, and quality of land and also quality of produce and things like that as well. And businesses can sign up to the sustainability charter of the biosphere, and they can also become a biosphere. You can become a biosphere guide. So Exhibit Scotland is signed up to the sustainability charter, and I am also signed up and trained up to be a guide, biosphere guide. And we're doing that digitally here on Exhibit Scotland TV as a digital access project to bring nature to people that can't access nature. So that's green health and blue health, because we live by the sea as well. I met Joe in the town this morning at Machuntleth in the market, and Joe very kindly invited me up to see the progress of his farm. And I've got a question for you, Joe, about the biosphere and about farming within the biosphere. Is that something of value to you, that you are in the biosphere?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is. I think that the Dyfi Valley does feel like a very special place to live, and there are a lot of people here who really value the connection to nature, and certainly, where I am, I'm part of a landscape level partnership, which includes the land opposite there. So this is Buchkorog that we're looking at in that direction, which is managed by a charity called Coitiranian, which I'm a trustee of and help manage. And then going further along there, we work in partnership with quite a few other landowners who have restoration of nature as a priority. So yeah, and I think the biosphere recognises not only the intrinsic natural capital of our area and its specialness in terms of habitats and wildlife, things like the estuary and the dunes at Anaslas and Corsvachno, the bog, which is one of the best examples of raised bog in the country. But also this kind of like the real interest in the nature from the people who live here.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
So are you?
I face is an
Are
interest in
you?
nature as well, but it's not always entirely benevolent.
Do you see yourself as being or becoming, as you're talking about what you're doing with the renovations, as being a kind of a showcase sort of site where you're kind of being a role model, if you like?
Yeah, I guess I think that for all of us that are doing things that are a bit different, that are responding to our environmental crises, so climate change and biodiversity loss and all of these
Stream
different
Elements
challenges that
says,
we face.
thank you for
I
following
think
Gus
I think for all
379.
of us, we need to be able to communicate with each other and build a resilient network where we are, communicating and showing each other what works or how it works and these kinds of things. And I think I have a lot of, I've got privilege here in as much as it's a small farm. It doesn't provide all of my income, so that allows me to be experimental with it in a way that a lot of the people who farm around about, who have much bigger farms, and that's their family's inheritance. It's a large part of that. It's much more difficult to be experimental in that kind of system because you're gambling with your livelihood and and a sense of your family's heritage.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have that opportunity to try different things,
And so you're going for it.
and so I'm going for it, and
Respect.
and yeah, I'm just trying to do what I can do and be part of a network, I think, of people who are trying to do these things and allow communication within that
DJ Mariki says, I love this.
network.
Yeah, I love Joe as well. Joe is one of my favouriteest people in the whole world.
Aw.
So that's why I bumped into him.
Yeah, and it was
Because
it was a joy.
the universe knows.
It's been a long time since I've seen Jungle Andy here, so it took me like
Can we
good 5
volunteer?
seconds, I think, to recognise you.
Yeah.
You could see the
I've got fluff.
you could see
This
the
t-shirt.
bafflement in my eyes when I first saw you, couldn't you?
You're like, hang on a minute.
Ed the Bear says, an extremely articulate and intelligent man.
Yes, Joe is exactly that. I'm very, very lucky to know him.
So, in terms of while we're here, I don't know how long you want to spend here, but what we could do is we could
Red Ribbon
we could get in the truck
78,757 says,
do a
Shepherd's
little
Hutch
safari up
for
to see the
camping.
cows on the other
Quadrupop
side.
3 says, and sexy.
Coiteranion up on the hill there.
Do you not have a visitor coming in about 15 minutes that you just arranged?
Oh, that's said a bit longer. I think I said.
I thought you said half an hour.
I did
so
say, you're right. I did say half an hour, but
I heard you say that. So
I could give her a call and say.
I mean, it doesn't matter about going further afield. You've given us an absolutely amazing introduction to what you're doing, and if I think people know what cows look like. I know Keisha really she loves cows, so she if I did streams of cows all day, she'd be happy, wouldn't you, Keisha?
Yeah.
Red Ribbon 78,757 says, wow, old houses.
Yeah. Would you be willing to show us a bit more of the oldness of your house?
Yeah, for sure.
I think people are really interested in that sort of thing. Because people live in modern houses and they don't ever get a chance to
the
really
main house
look
was built in
and see
1789.
and understand, so anything you feel, and I can swap the camera around for privacy reasons and things like that if you need.
Okay. Yeah, so this one is in
Red Ribbon 78,757 says, love old-fashioned homes.
You can see.
So it shouldn't have gone into all the scaffolding, guys.
Slytherin Granny says, oh no.
Yeah, we're back.
So what you can hear is this is a sort of old Welsh longhouse type design, where at this end here towards your left, you can see this would have been the Bidey in Welsh, or the byre, so the cow house.
Interesting. We use the word bide in Scotland for living.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. I don't know if they're cognate.
So my dad calls his wife his bidey.
Oh yeah, bidey in.
Yeah.
Common law
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
So you can see all the different. There's 4 doors along the bottom where you could bring cows in and out, and then one small hatch at the top. That would be for the hay loft. So you pitchfork hay from a cart into that little door, and the hay would sit above all the cattle through the winter. It would create insulation, so the cattle would be nice and warm, and then you'd just feed the hay down the other wall where there'd be something called a hay rack, which is basically a load of slats. You could just like put the hay down, and the cattle would feed from it right there. And then in these old sort of longhouse designs, you have the bidey attached to the Cefn, the farmhouse, and as you can see, as we saw earlier, this has been through various revisions.
You can see the end there.
Line. Yeah, and you can see there was another door at one point.
Yeah, yeah, you can see that in here.
Yeah, so there's obviously a
Quadripop tree says the cows help keep the human part warm.
And then if we look at the just straight on at the farmyard, you can see the cart shed. So
and it has high doors,
right.
sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right. So 3 bays that you could get carts into, and you'd get your lowest cart into the one on the right there, because that has a ceiling, and if you come around. So you can see there's steps up into a door. So this would have been the granary at one point.
Ah, okay.
So all the grain that was grown on the farm, which for a long time would have probably mostly been oats for feeding of horses.
Okay.
That grain would have been stored in the granary above the cart shed, and that's a very traditional design to have your granary above part of your cart shed.
Sure.
And then we have a more recent building here, a big steel shed, and that was put up about.
Redribbon 78,757 says Belfast sinks OMG.
Like your sinks. I've spotted the sinks.
Oh, the sinks, yeah, old Belfast sinks.
I can pretty much see Belfast from my house.
Yeah.
Is it the same Belfast?
Yeah, I don't know why they're called Belfast sinks. These ones are not made in Belfast. This one says Dalton from London. But, these are known as a Belfast sink.
Excellent. How many midges have you got growing in here? 1 or 2? Not many,
it's not
actually.
too midgy. Not too
1
midgy.
or 2, not much.
Yeah, there's some kind of larva there. It might be a midge or a mosquito.
So what's this?
This is just an old.
What's underneath it?
Because one of the challenges for making this into a nice, comfortable building was there's a lot of water that seeps down that bank.
Yeah.
And what we've done is
we've
we've channeled it
here,
off, channeled all the stuff along that side, goes there, and then goes into a channel, and then comes in a pipe along here, and then that's channeled there, and that will go into this. All this seepage will go into another pipe along here and into this drainage system, which then just goes out over there and into the little soakaway down to the stream.
Is that a compost toilet?
That is a compost toilet, yeah.
Amazing.
Which we have occasionally used when we've had events, so there's been more. Well, in fact, we built it at pickup sticks.
Was that the one that got built?
No, that's not the pickup sticks one, no.
Because there was one up there, and then I made
there.
this weird long drop over there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, there was that. So that was, I know, when we built that one, one year when we had a drought, and so we were like really low on like flushing toilet capability.
Yeah.
So we got in a compost toilet from, and I have a friend who lives in the Dyfi Valley who runs a company called Free Range Designs, and one of the things they do is compost toilets.
Yeah.
And so he invited me over to his workshop and said, I can knock you up one real quick, you give us a hand. So we, knocked it up really quick.
Super.
Oh, you can see here, this is a palette of cactus guards.
Oh, these are the cactus guards.
The cactus guards. Yeah, so there's a few hundred cactus guards there with their little spikes. So.
Oh, I see.
trees
That's
are-
why they're cactus.
That's why they're cactus. 'cause they've
Ah,
got these
and so
spikes.
the spikes are on the outside
The
too.
spikes are on the outside, yeah. And so these will be going. These are split. Not half of them. Most of them are going across the way to Cambrian Wildwood over there, Quateranian, Borcorog, and then some of them will be here. And I'm going to do, I plant a few trees every winter, but a lot of them. The bulk of my planting has been done now. I planted a few years ago. What is it? 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. I arranged for the planting of about 6,000 plants in trees and hedges. Most of them in hedges, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But and I didn't plant them all myself. There were various people living here. And
Sure, yeah.
those. Once the building work is done, I plan to move into the old barn myself, and then I'll be looking to
rent out that.
find people who want to be involved in the farming.
So it's an agro co-op then.
It's perhaps an agro co-op. Yeah, haven't
Hey,
decided
awesome.
exactly what the kind of legal structure and organisational structure is, but effectively, I'm looking for people who would be interested in taking this on into the future.
When are you 50, Joe?
I have been 50
You've
for
been
4
50?
years.
No way.
I know.
Wow.
So yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, I got to.
I'll be
it gets
50.
to
I'll
get-
be 50 in 3 years.
You're right, yeah, and
Yeah.
it definitely, these milestones, whilst they're just products of the number system that we happen to use, I think they do sharpen the mind and helping you think about what am I
going to do? What am I going to do
what-
here in the
like,
next 20 years or whatever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do I want this to
pan out.
pan out?
Yeah.
Where do I want my
Energy or my legacy to be.
That's right. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, I respect, man, and lots of love.
Yeah.
It's getting really hot right now. Thank
It
you,
is, isn't it?
sunshine.
Yeah, whew. Yeah, I'm definitely of a northern climes disposition.
Come up to Scotland for a bit of wet and rain, and then come back again and go. Ah.
Yeah, I mean it's just like I as soon as that sun comes out, I'm thinking, oh, blimey, it's getting a bit hot.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Dr. Joe? Because he's been a very knowledgeable gentleman. There's a wee bit of a delay, so.
Yeah, sure.
Did you keep going with the field with the raised beds and things like that we put in?
The raised beds is in abeyance at the moment, I would say. We've got some trees in there, but I didn't have.
Keisha 1981 says, I love the geology stuff.
Veggie gardening and a lot
Slytherin
of
Granny
people that
says,
lived here
not
were-
at the moment. Just
were
listening
able
in.
to do it a little bit, but almost everybody had other projects going on. So yeah, it's one of those things that you need somebody who really wants to do it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of work in managing a veggie garden, especially in like non-optimal climate for you put a lot of work in. You're not gonna, if you value your time, you're gonna be. It's an expensive vegetable that you get out of the ground at the end. So you have to really enjoy doing it.
Yeah. But it's also a vegetable that's not got any chemicals on
Absolutely.
it. And all these things. So it might be expensive in time and energy, but it maybe getting stuff out of the co-op all the time is expensive on your body because you're eating glyphosate all the time and
Tree
things like
says,
that.
the kitchen garden is a full-time job in itself.
One of the reasons, apart from just to see people, one of the reasons I go into market is to go to the fresh and local stall where we can buy produce that has been grown by people in the Dyfi Valley, generally along organic principles. They're often too small to be registered organic, but they're growing, without pesticides, without herbicides and artificial fertilizers and all of these kinds of things. So that is one of the wonderful things about this area is that
Forbes 909 says, from the valleys.
Committed to growing good, nutritious food that is in some kind of harmony with our natural ecosystem.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, more of that, and that's really why I'm here, because I wanted to hear that from a young farmer. So Is there a land co-op here where people share their land to
Here at Cefn Coch Farm?
No, in the area where people, it's like, is the fresh and local kind of like a bit like the shop for a kind of land co-op, or is there actually a land co-op where people sort of say, I've got a bit of land free, if you want to come and man it, then go for it, grow stuff?
There are such arrangements like that happening, but most of the produce that we have access to here, whether it's at the market or in the local shops, most of it is in sort of small holdings or such forth that so the cooperative element is like those enterprises all talk to each other and work out what they're going to grow, so that they're not all trying to grow the same thing, so that there's a variety of produce available.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Corp
there
909 says,
there's a
I don't
working
think it's
together,
sustainable.
But I can't think of any any cooperative enterprises growing food, unless it's just popped out of my head. But if you go, north a bit, there is Bardintheyard. Don't know if you've been up there, up near Bethesda kind of way, or is it near Bangor? Up in that direction. And Henbant Farm, I think, is working towards something like that.
Amazing.
Up near Carnarvon.
Cool. It's good to know.
So yeah, there are things, and I think there would be. It's the kind of thing that people would really value, but it's a complex thing
To navigate, to negotiate,
to set up, to
yeah.
gain funds for.
Yeah.
It may be that this farm can go towards something of that nature in the future, but it's slowly, and do what we can when we can.
Right. Well, please may I have a hug.
You may, of course. Lovely to see you again.
Love to see you, Joe.
Drop me a line once you're no longer being a cameraman.
I'll send you, because we're in touch anyway. I really appreciated your help with the
Quadrupop Tree says, thank you very much, Joe. This has been awesome.
Oh, brilliant.
Keisha 1981 says, Joe is sexy and smart.
He is. Anybody else want to say hello or anything? Any last things before we
Edward
go?
Bear says, cheers, Joe. All the best to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So we're going to go up to Scotland now.
Great.
And this is a perfect way to finish off.
Slytherin Granny says, thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you. Yeah.
thank you.
Well, it's very.
DJ Marie Key says, what you're doing is amazing.
This is fun. I've never done a live stream before, so
Okay.
quite
Well,
interesting.
look. So we have all the chat here, and we can switch the camera around so they can see up my nostrils if they really want to. And in here there's all like
Keisha 1981 says, amazing. Quadrupop Tree says, you are a natural Joe.
functions and things of the app, and I can show you how to do it, and then you could start running Cefn Coch streams or something like that.
Maybe I've got enough on my plate right now, but
people absolutely love renovation streams.
Wow,
People do van life streams, renovation.
yeah.
People love it. So like for that,
I'd
you
watch,
could just set up your camera in the corner, and they'll just talk to you while you're renovating. And people will, you'll become a worldwide phenomenon if you're not already. And I'll help.
Keisha 1981 says, totally.
Yeah, see, they're saying they'd watch and.
Okay, well,
Am I
bon voyage.
going to get stuck on the road with them coming up?
No, don't worry.
Because I was wondering whether I should wait till they
they're
arrive.
Just from the cottages, so
Right,
it'll
okay.
only be that last section
All right,
before the
that'll
fork
be fine then.
that you'll get.
It's like if I was coming up, I wouldn't like to meet someone coming down, sort of thing. So
There's a few little parking spaces. It doesn't look like there are parking spaces, but actually there are.
There are,
Yeah. So you'll be fine. You're heading directly now.
I'm going to go down. We're going to go to Mach. We're going to go up to Corus. We're going to go up through Dalgethly and all the way up Chester,
Beautiful.
Manchester, and beyond.
Yeah. Great.
That's the plan.
Good. Safe travels.
Oh, all the hugs.
Okay.
Please pass my regards on to Jeanette
Yes.
and just generally anyone that might think they would like some love. All right.
See you, Annie.
Thanks, Joe. Lots of love. Wow.
Keisha 1981 says, I hear sheep.
I don't really want to. Yeah, there's sheep all over. Did you not see the sheep, Keisha? There's sheep all over the hillsides here. There was white dots. I thought to mention it to you, but I thought you probably would have noticed already that there's sheep all around giving it meh. Well, at least you can hear them.
Slytherin Granny says, well, nearly 3 in the afternoon here. I am going to get myself a drink. Be right back. Rush hour is to be avoided. Don't go on the motorways.
Agreed. So
Keisha 1981 says, I wasn't looking the whole time.
oh well. I've got to take you out of this to put you into the other thing. So what I'll do, Keisha, just for you.
I've been cleaning house while watching.
Just for you, Keisha.
And listening.
I'm going to, as I get you out of this gimbal, I'm going to get out of the car. I'm going to show you some sheep. See all the white fluffy things? All the white dots?
Woohoo.
Sheep. Sheep all over the place up there. Hundreds of them. Hunters. Oh, there's a chicken in my car. Hello. You coming?
That's a lot of sheep.
You coming to Scotland with me? You going to come to Scotland? You're nice. You're nice. Do you want a wee tickle?
Quadrupop 3 says, Lady Bracknell wants to go on a journey.
Yeah.
Keisha 1981 says, hehehe.
Don't think I've got anything for you, Lady Bracknell. Well done for remembering its name. Galvatron, thank you so much for the raid there. That's amazing of you, brother. Thank you. Really awesome to be able to bring all of those
Galvatron
people.
54 says, anytime, buddy.
All of those people in to listen to that conversation with Joe, because he's quite a special guy, as you've just worked out. And what he's doing here is, it's a big undertaking, and so he's got a big vision. And
Marking Sutton says,
awesome.
afternoon folks been lurking since the raid from Galv, busy with work.
Hey, Mark and Sutton.
Keisha 1981 says,
Welcome.
he's awesome.
He is awesome. He's a lovely. He's lovely. He's lovely.
Galvatron 54 says, it's great. I have been enjoying watching your road trip.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks, Galva. I loved meeting you, bro. I was thinking about coming back up.
What a pretty cock.
And
Keisha 1981 says, ha 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 ha.
And bothering you on the way up. But I don't want to go into the middle of the country to go up the M1 again. I'll come and visit you another day.
And the chicken is cute too.
I'm going to go up.
Galvatron 54 says, yeah, it's all good, mate.
Go up the west side, whatever that is, the M6 or something.
I figured you wouldn't make it back this way.
Well, you know what I need to have a wee look at,
especially from Wales,
is the roads. Because
Slytherin Granny says, Automod has no sense of context.
Let's have a little look at the map, because it'll tell me whether there's toll roads, and I don't really want to get charged for driving down a motorway. That's kind of horrendous. So Carlisle. Let's see what it says. I've got 2 bars of 4G here on my EE, interestingly enough. No place matches, Matt. That's rubbish. So let's go to up near Ruthin and Mould.
Keisha 1981 says, face with hand over mouth, rosy cheeks and smiling eyes.
So that's fine.
Galvatron 54 says, did you get to the market earlier, Andy?
We did, yes, we did. And it was good. It was good. That's where I met Joe.
Nice.
I just sort of pulled up and I was like, I saw this guy sitting there and I saw the hat and I saw the arms and stuff. Didn't see his face. I knew it was him. I was like, hello, Joe. He turned around, he was like, what? Funny.
Keisha 1981 says, and saw the old Parliament building.
Yeah, we did, yeah. So, Carlisle, yeah. Carlisle. Yeah, I've spelt it right. Why are you not doing it? Maybe it's lying to me. Maybe it doesn't really have 4G. Yeah, it's going up and down 1 bar. But for some reason it's not. That's a bit weird. Right, let's just do Mould then. M-O-L-D.
Slytherin Granny says, yeah, we saw the old Parliament building.
No, I don't think this is... I think this thinks it's got 4G, but it hasn't really. Let's quickly jump into his Wi-Fi. Connectability. Go. Okay. Now we'll try the maps again. See if it can work out where that place is now. There it is, straight away. So yeah, thinks it's got signal, doesn't. So it's clearly further away than that. But let's...
Keisha 1981 says, I just found out that Underworld is playing here in November. Surprised face with open mouth.
Fantastic.
That and this stream makes this the most awesome day.
Oh, thank you. Very kind. Which one? Says that's the fastest route. Okay.
No, thank you.
Let's go that route then. Let us away. So what's going to happen, everybody, just to let you know, I'm currently on the Wi-Fi here and it's going to drop out pretty soon. So when I get down the road a little bit, I will basically swap over. And so there's going to be a little break in the stream. It might you might see a blue screen with the heads in the hands or something like that. I'll be back as soon as I can, okay? Thank you very much, everybody who's been watching, and let's begin our journey back to Scotland. Thank you, Joe.
Quadrupop 3 says, drive safe.
Thank you, Cefn Coch. Yeah.
Keisha 1981 says, Purple Heart.
It's lovely to be able to share some of these really special people with you guys. This is so gorgeous down here. Check the view.
Marking Sutton says, refresh.
Thank you, Mark. how to get your
Slitherin
car
Granny
out.
says, fine now. Keisha 1981 says, hey I.
Very, very steep. Very steep. This is a crazy road. Holy. Look, I remember he was talking about how there's been a big fire over there. You can see that there. See over there, through the trees. Wow. Amazing, beautiful stuff here. Jeez. I was like, this road needs a bit of work, Joe. He was like, oh well, you know, you get used to it. Like, yeah, it's just a crazy bit of road. It's so steep. Would you live here, guys? Would you like to live?
Keisha 1981 says, I totally would.
Yeah. But even with this steep hill, you'd have to walk up it if you didn't have.
Slitherin Granny says, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is super gorgeous. It's just
Keisha 1981 says, I would get a horse.
Ah, you get a horse. Now that would make that would make sense. You could just ride up and down here. Take your horse into town, get your out on a Wednesday, go and get your stuff from the market. Happy days.
Yep.
Come down here to the bee place and get some honey.
Red Ribbon 78,757 says, and card, so carry M shopping. Keisha 1981 says, yummy bee vomit.
Yummy. Atta girl. Atta girl. That's it. Well done. Well done, Harris. Well done, girl. That's it. Right, that was the heaviest bit of road you'll have to deal with all the way home. How do you feel about that, Harris? Thanks, Andy. Oh, thank you.
Keisha 1981 says, clapping hands with medium skin tone.
Ta-da! We need to head home. But I'm hoping this is going to make this is going to make this feel a little bit closer, because Wales was feeling like such a long time ago, such a far away place. Interestingly though, what was interesting was some people that, like Grace, recognised me quicker than Joe did. It's getting old, it's getting old. Oh, funny. Oh, excuse me. Might need to eat something. I do believe I bought myself a
says,
sandwich.
oh, and juice of a lemon, how could I forget?
Those big sausage rolls looked amazing though. I really kind of fancied one of them. But yeah, I've got food. Carlos gave me shepherd's pie and I've bought a sandwich as well. So I think I'm going to start eating the sandwich because I can eat that while I'm driving.
DJ Mariki says, he's back, put the drive to some music, haha.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind driving with some music as well in some ways, but you can just you'll just have to double tab, guys. Put it on a DJ stream.
YT Twitch double up.
Put a DJ stream on while you're watching the road trip or something like that. Because my CD player has got a CD stuck in it. And it's not working. I need to somehow try and get it working again. Thank you, McCunliffe. It was nice to visit you again.
Keisha 1981 says, I can make the TTS sing songs.